organization, one of the sponsors of this event, documented that women and children are 14 times more likely than men, 14 times more likely than men to die during natural disasters. This is a disastrous fact in itself. In the 2004 tsunami, more than 2/3 of the victims in 12 countries were women. Cyclone Nargis in Myanmar left 84,000 dead last May. Well over half of these 84,000 were women and children. When floods wash away crops and livestock, when massive earthquakes strike, or when famine hits, families lose their livelihoods. This unleashes a whole change of events. Children, and especially girls, they are taken out of schools and put to work. Unemployed youth resort to crime and antisocial behavior. Domestic violences soar. Ethnic tensions emerge. Property disputes escalate. The men folks may migrate or even abandon their families. Women are often deprived of the opportunities to go through the same change. And they must attach themselves to the family and the children to see to it that children also can survive. Women and girls may have to walk long distances to find clean water and fuel. Maternal and infant mortality rise due to poor access to health care. These events take a very heavy toll, severely intensifying vulnerability, not only of women, but of entire families and communities. Economic development and trade can grind to a halt as people struggle to subsist and to adjust. Sadly, this sort of vicious circle is occurring more and more frequently. In order to achieve international development goals and to expand economic and trade opportunities, we must break the cycle. To do so, we must tackle the persistent inequalities, and we base ourselves on the work to tackle inequalities. The factors contributing to female vulnerability must be addressed as a priority. These factors are well documented and include low literacy, less access to education, news media, and information, limited mobility due to childbearing and household duties, fewer opportunities for gainful employment, limited access to credit, low property ownership, low safety nets, low awareness, all the things that you already are aware of. So at the UN, the MDGs are focusing on a number of all these factors, recognizing that women's rights and women's empowerment are cross-cutting drivers in the fight against poverty. The Accra Accord, this is the meeting that I refer to, the Accra meeting, which we adopted in Ghana, Accra, in April this year, at our UNCTAD 12 Ministerial Conference in Ghana. This Accra Accord stressed several times, in several paragraphs, the importance of mainstreaming gender equality and women's empowerment in trade and in development policies and practices. It is also encouraging to see that gender-focused aid tripled between 2002 and 2006 to something like $7 billion, indicating its growing priority among donors. So this is one, I think, very positive fact, and this is one fact which we have driven very strongly forward in our Accra meeting, is that we need really this kind of a support also to augment at faster pace now. But this is a pleasing trend that donors are seeing into the need, explicit need to put more money into gender-focused activities. In addition to vulnerability, women's and girls' exclusion from climate change-related information, decision-making and implementation processes actually undermines the climate change mitigation response. In fact, the exclusion from such processes undermines economic and trade development as well. Few women have opportunities to feed their knowledge and ideas into national and subnational strategy. This we have to correct. As this audience well knows, women's participation in politics and other decision-making fora at the local, national, and international levels still lags far behind that of men. For example, women make up less than 1 in 5 parliamentarians worldwide, less than 1 in 5 parliamentarians on a worldwide basis. Like vulnerability, we must target the factors that contribute to women's and girls' exclusion, from the village up to the highest levels of government. These factors are less understood than those relating to vulnerability.